Welcome to the super fun game review podcast. Go Mega Ultra Between Review Show. Down. Welcome to MUBRS.
MUBRS.
All right, so with the holiday craziness coming up, I just wanted to say, hope everyone has a good holiday coming up, whatever you celebrate. Just, be safe, try to stay as healthy as possible.
Enjoy your Festivus.
Yes, enjoy your Festivus.
Hey, Clark, you know what?
Hmm.
Speaking of holidays, this episode is brought to you by Deep Creek Glassworks. Did you see that segue? See what I did there?
It was good until you ruined it in the middle by mentioning the segue.
Linus.
How dare
you? Edit that out. It'll be perfect.
Staying in.
No, keep that in. Cut that in.
Cut it in. Cut it in.
Well, Deep Creek Glassworks has been making hand-blown durable glass works of art since 2013. Literally, the segue, the holiday season is right around the corner. So now's the time to deck your own halls or make someone else's spirits bright. Pendants, jewelry, ornaments, much more. If you have some Dutch or PA Dutch, if you're local heritage, pickle in the tree, which I never knew was a thing until like 3 years ago or so. You hide the pickle in the tree. First one to find the pickle gets like an extra gift. Or
it's the dickle.
Oh, that would be an odd family tradition. But hey, you know what? Whatever floats your boat. Roll Tide. But yeah, definitely need to go.
Real quick. Tree is an odd name for the family cat.
Oh my! Wow, that escalated quickly. I don't know how to feel about that. But either way, definitely go. Ew. If you can't find something that tickles your fancy, just ask. You can go to deepcreekglassworks.com. Deep Creek Glassworks is also on Etsy. Check out their Instagram. You're going to find a little bit of something everywhere for everybody. And just for our listeners, you'll receive 10% off of your first order when you use the promo code SUPERFUN. And you can feel safe knowing that all of your orders are going to be shipped in crush-resistant boxes, and you get free shipping on any orders of $50 or more. So, you know what? Don't be a Grinch. Go visit Deep Creek Glassworks, work spelled WORX, today. Today. Really, go visit it. It's really awesome. I've been there's been some craft shows around, and I've been helping out with that, and just being able to take the ornaments and to show them the durability, just like smacking them on the metal cash box. It gives a mini heart attack to some, but that's the adrenaline is free. We don't charge for that. That's literally the demo. People come up and it's like, oh, look at these ornaments. It's like, hey, they're really durable. Bap, bap, bap. Oh God. It's like, yeah, that's my favorite part.
Out of curiosity, has Tanner made any Prince Rupert drops?
Has he made any what?
Okay. They're called Prince Rupert drops.
Okay. What the hell is that?
It's basically glass that you drop into water, and it solidifies into a teardrop shape. And the actual bulb of the drop is one of the strongest shapes that man could create, even though it's kind of not man creating it, but you kind of get where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
The only way to actually break it is to actually snip the tail of the teardrop, like the thinnest part.
Oh, okay.
And then it causes splintering fractures to go all the way up into the the head of the teardrop, essentially.
Huh. As far as I know, he hasn't. But
there's a video kind of tangenting. It's crazy, but it's a MUBRS.
Yeah.
But there's a video that a YouTube channel called Smarter Everyday did, where he had these made, and the more pure the glass, the stronger they are. But he shot them with like an AK-47 on like the bulb, and they didn't even shatter.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
That's
and like
insane.
have you seen the videos on YouTube with the guy that does the hydraulic press stuff?
Oh yeah, hydraulic press channel.
Yeah, that guy. And he got them made too, and put the bulb under the hydraulic press, and it took like 20 tons of force to break.
No shit.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Yeah, as
it's
far
the
as I know,
craziest thing.
I don't think he has, but once he listens to this, he might just be like, let's see what happens here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you haven't checked out Prince Rupert drops, they're actually really cool. The Smarter Everyday channel is like amazing. The guy actually went to like the library in England, and like went to like their library where they have the original documentation of the guy Prince Rupert discovering this phenomena, and like his original text and everything like that, and like explaining it. It was crazy.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Huh.
Glass is nutty.
Yeah, it really is.
All right,
So yeah.
go ahead.
Oh god. Oh my god. We got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Pew 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 pew. Oh, I think that's called cock and mouth.
Oh. Is that where they got rooster teeth?
Cockbite. They used to call people cockbites, and that's where rooster teeth came from.
Oh, TIL.
Yeah, there we go. Learn something new every day.
Every day. All right, so pretty much we were just gonna kind of do like a little holiday like powwow, just talk about kind of what we're getting into. One thing that I did want to talk about is where we're at with our disc golfing. We talked about it a couple months ago when we first went out and first played our first games, and we've kept up with it. Harry hasn't been out with us for in a little bit. Also, to mention that Harry is not on this MUBRS. It's just the holiday season, and he works in retail. So
It's a busy time of year.
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, I will say with all of that, I am very happy to announce I have not lost a disc yet. Knock on wood. Because
It's been fucking close.
yeah, it's been real
Yes.
close. I spent like 15, 20 minutes waiting in some water. At least it was warmer out at that point. But yeah, pretty damn close a couple times.
Oh, absolutely. We've almost lost a few discs. None of us have lost a disc yet, which is nice. I got one stuck up in a tree, which I required somebody from the soccer field to throw a soccer ball into the tree to get it. After my attempt to climb up the tree failed, and then my friend that I was playing with at the time, she tried to climb up the tree as well and could not make it.
Yeah, you're the wrong kind of bear for that, Clark.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm way too big to be climbing into a tree.
Although you did almost lose that other one, but thankfully we usually play in wooded areas, so you can find like a long tree limb or basically small tree to fish these things out. That was a fun time.
Yeah, both times that happened in the one weekend. So, yeah, we've had a lot of near misses, and actually, yeah, I bought a like 30-foot extendable pole with a claw on the end of it to grab discs. And what makes this one special is that it has the ability that there's like a cord, a paracord that runs down the side of it, so you can actually activate the claw from the end of the 30-foot pole, which is really nice.
Activate the claw.
Activate the claw.
That's my strong hand.
Yeah, take my strong hand.
So that'll be very, very helpful. Yeah, and another thing that I kind of thought was interesting is as we were starting to like, all start to purchase some discs and stuff like that, or it seems like we're all like gravitating towards like certain companies and things like that. I'm a huge fan of Discmania, mostly because I like the discs and I also like the players that they have signed. Simon Lizotte is fucking awesome. He's like one of my favorite people to watch on YouTube right now. Um,
I will say for some people, if you're looking to just get, something not heavily like monetarily invested into and want to spend some time with friends outside, this is awesome. I mean, we got to thank Harry for coming up with the idea of this because I've seen more, and it's nice because it's outside. You can still be like socially distant and hearing to things, but just throwing around stuff and bullshitting and a hike like all in one shot. So give it a
Yeah.
look, people. You might enjoy it. If you ever enjoyed remotely throwing a frisbee, you'll probably dig this.
Absolutely. And like I got to say probably the coolest thing for me is the community. The community of disc golfers is fucking awesome.
So supportive. It's a good group.
Super supportive. Like, so there's a few pros that I have I got into the artistic side of disc golf as well, where I'm like actually like dyeing discs and like applying stencils and things like that. I've gotten pretty good with it. I'm actually doing a giveaway on my Instagram right now. Like, that's how much I've been comfortable doing it.
Hey Clark, what's that Instagram handle?
My Instagram handle for my disc dyeing stuff is at whip your disc out.
What?
What? Yeah.
Concede. I tried searching that, and that is not what came up. And then I noticed the spelling. Totally
Disc.
different. Yes. Yes.
Disc.
DIS. DIS. DISC is disc.
Yes.
That's found that out the hard way. Bet.
So yeah, like Vanessa Van Dyken is a pro disc golfer in the FPO, which is the women's division. And she randomly started liking some of my pictures and stuff like that. So I decided, okay, I'm going to go buy one of her discs and dye it. And she actually like shared it on her Instagram page, liked it, commented on the post and stuff like that. And that kind of like small niche community is like something I'm not really super used to. I mean, like when I started the giveaway and stuff, I had somebody that had many more followers than me in the disc golf community completely for free just be like, hey, I'd like to just like promote your giveaway. If you're cool with it, send me some pictures and I'll do it. I did that today, and literally 30 minutes after he posted his video about it, I have 70 more followers. It's insane. Like, it is such a cool community.
It was nice of you with a little crossover for the podcast too, because you made all of us discs, which was pretty sweet. And you got to throw the cactar on there. It's feels like 1,000 needles every time I throw it into a tree or something else. But yeah, no, it's really neat.
Yeah, I made everybody custom SFGRPG disc golf team discs.
You can see it on your Instagram.
Yep. Yeah, I've been meaning to upload it to the podcast Instagram as well, but I did tag the podcast, so it should be in the like pictures of section for our Instagram as well.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, I know I used the hashtag for SFGRPG and Super Fun Game Podcast Go.
Oof. No reviews. No reviews anymore.
Well, that was our little spiel about our disc golfing. It's it's fun, but yeah, I'd expect a little bit more of that here and there, guys. It is a new passion of our lives. Come join us.
Come join. Yeah, seriously.
Come join
like,
us.
honestly, if you're a local that like even wants to fucking play, like reach out. We could maybe like fucking meet up and throw a round or something like that. I'd be totally fine with that. I don't know about you guys, but like I would be.
I dig it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into some other news here. The biggest news, someone on the podcast was able to snag a PS5, fancy pants.
Okay, that's also me, so I guess I got to talk more. I feel like I've been doing a lot of the talking.
Well, I'll just probe you with some questions. How's the interface layout?
So the interface is so much better. It's incredibly snappy. One of my biggest complaints about the PlayStation 4 in general was addressed in this. Um, the PlayStation does this really annoying thing that when you download something, you download it and then it does this copying bullshit. And the copying bullshit usually takes twice the amount of time that the download takes. On the PS5, I saw the word copy and then my game booted. It
Oh,
was
there you
just
go.
instantaneous.
It's that SSD.
Yeah, the NVMe SSD is like insanity. Um,
That's pretty awesome. How about the one thing that I really liked is you were telling me when we were out disc golfing. Look at that, tying it back on about like the joining parties and the party chat and playlist.
oh yeah, so there's a few features to the UI that are incredible. So I was shutting off my PS5 completely because there are some issues with the PS5. I've been avoiding rest mode. That seems to be where all of the issues are right now. That some people are having, and it's still a small percentage. I just don't want to brick my PS5.
Right.
I don't want to go through the hassle of trying to get a new one. So I can turn on my PlayStation and go to this thing called the activity bar. And in the activity bar, I can see the last thing that I was doing in the game and then just press square to resume. And the game will auto load to that spot that I was.
Oh,
Uh,
damn.
so for Demon Souls, you have to kind of, uh, you have to, go through the start menu still. It'll boot you to the start menu, but even from the start menu, it'll go straight to it. There's no other menus. So as soon as you hit it, 5 seconds later, you're playing the game, which is just super snappy in general. But for a game like Astros, which comes with it, Astros Playroom, um, I've had a friend beat one of my times, and it said, "Oh, they beat your time going through this level. Don't let them have it for too long." And I clicked resume, and within 5 seconds, I was playing that level.
That's pretty sweet. Have you been
It
able to
is
like party with anybody and like jump right in?
so I don't have any multiplayer games. That's I have Demon Souls, but I don't know anyone else that has Demon Souls. Um and I do know I think there is multiplayer in that, but I have not purchased any of the multiplayer games yet. That is something that is like I'll probably be asking for Christmas for something along those lines. I'm not really sure what's even out there and available right now, but like I don't want Call of Duty, so it's going to be dependent upon that. However, what is really cool is I seamlessly play Dead by Daylight with Kyle and Hamill, who have both been on the podcast. Obviously, Hamill is a founding member. Um, I play that with them seamlessly. Parties, hopping in, they can send me invites right away. I can join them. And a really nice thing about that, that Steve kind of alluded to as well, is they can send me an invite. And when the notification comes up, instead of pressing the symbol button in the middle and then going to another menu, and the PS4 is kind of slow doing that stuff, you press it, the notification opens up and it just has the options. Do you want to join or decline? You click join, you're in the party, or you click join, the game's booting up.
That
It
sounds
is,
so nice. Get rid
oh
of
my,
all that extra. Oh, let me hit the PlayStation button. Let me go to party. Let me click join party. Let me wait to go there. Let me click join game.
And then
absolutely
half the time the game didn't load anyway.
Yeah,
right,
exactly. It's like what the
right.
fuck. All right,
that
one.
that that seems to be completely fixed now, and that is just, it is so snappy and crisp.
I would
Go
call
ahead, Steve.
that fan fucking tastic. Now,
Fan fucking tastic.
the last thing I wanted to ask about was the controller, like the haptic feedback and whatnot. How's like the feeling compared to like a PS4 controller? Like, is it a very noticeable difference with the basically playing like Demon Souls and like a couple games or have you not really gotten like the full range of what it can do just yet?
So I'm fairly certain that they made Astro's Playroom specifically to show off just how fucking crazy the controller is.
That's good
That's
to
what I
hear.
heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Astros is like, if you played through the whole thing, it's like 2.5 hours or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I heard. Is basically like it's like a tech demo for the controller.
Oh,
And
awesome.
and the controller is just absolutely insane. It is fucking insanity how weird that, like, it's okay. I say weird, but it's just because I've never played
No,
a game like that. So like you
you
can
never
go
felt something like that in
in my
the
hands.
palm of your
Yes.
Your
hand.
butt.
Yeah.
Oh no, I will speak on that, Joe. That is something on it in itself. Clark's butt.
um yeah, the controller, like, I have you if you've ever shot an arrow out of a bow, they replicate that kind of tension when you're like drawing the arrow in the controller, like in
Huh.
the actual triggers. So
Okay.
it has that gradual feedback. And then like for a game like Watchdog Legion, which I have, um when I pull my gun out and go to press the trigger, it feels like actually pulling the trigger on a gun. It has like a tension where it, like, there's a very subtle tension and then a very hard tension, and once you pull it, it slams the trigger all the way back down to the base of the controller.
Check that out.
It
I'm look.
is it is really, really cool.
Do they
Also,
still? Sorry. Do they still have the speaker in the controller too?
they have a speaker and a microphone.
Oh.
So I've joined a party before and I didn't have my microphone handy and I was looking for it, and I was still, the microphone's not great. There's some tinniness to it. I think they can probably patch some of that out. I think it was just kind of like, this is a feature that we want. We'll flesh it out later.
Right.
But like I was able to just sit there and like talk to Hamill and Kyle while I was looking for my uh headset.
So now I can actually scream at my controller and it means something, not just to me.
Yeah, so
Fantastic.
there are
Listen to me
things.
slap my dick on your face.
Rap, rap. Joe, what did I
What?
tell you about putting cameras in my house? How
That you
dare you
wanted me
watch
to
me?
do it?
Yes,
that
that
you're
is
into
true.
that shit.
Yeah, it's like, hey Joe, watch me mushroom stamp this controller real quick. Frap, frap, frap. Found a new
Old school,
fetish.
bitch.
Well, cool shit. I'm
Yeah.
excited to get one of these in 2021 at some point because it's just ridiculous.
It's brutal. It's brutal to get one right now. I just got really lucky, and I had to buy one of the expensive bundles from GameStop. That's the only way that I got mine.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, because that came with Demon Souls, Spider-Man, and
The Ultimate Edition of Spider-Man, so it came with both the
yeah,
original and Miles Morales. Yeah,
and a second controller.
a second controller and a year of PlayStation
Yeah,
Plus.
see, I think for what you pick the bundle up for, I mean, it's stuff that you're going to spend eventually. It's just a matter of just kind of like dropping it at once. So I get it totally.
I mean, like, honestly, the bundle altogether saved me $10 on the upcharge for the special edition of Miles Morales.
Yeah, and you have the disc version, not the digital version of PS5.
Correct. I
Yeah.
I have disc versions of both of those games.
Gotcha. Well, kind of moving in, if we're talking about some games here, obviously we have some stuff on the docket coming up, but what's been some side games? Joe, what have you been playing in your off time for a little bit?
Oh Jesus.
I haven't heard of
have I
that
been-
one.
What have I been playing in my off time?
That's one of his weird Steam games, probably. Oh Jesus! You have to play with a microphone. Oh Jesus! It's a rhythm game.
I'm like
Love them.
I haven't even turned on my PlayStation in probably like 4 months at this point.
Oh, really? You've been like pretty much
Yeah,
PC all the way?
I've been just doing PC stuff. Yeah. And looking at my recent games, it's literally just the podcast games.
Yeah.
I haven't had much time to play, to be honest with you.
You told me you were playing Diablo.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, new season of Diablo dropped the Friday before Thanksgiving, so I put a bunch of hours into that Thanksgiving week because I was off. That's pretty much it though. I probably dropped like 35 hours into that in that 1 week.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That became your job for the week. I'm like, I'm just going to plant myself here, get me some iced tea, maybe some chips, call it a day.
I love me some Diablo. It's so good. The new season's awesome. I like the way they do their seasons. They be getting them better and better and better. Like this season, you have like an extra spot for a legendary skill in your Heraldric Cube, and all the quote unquote free sets that you earn through the seasonal journey are all the newly released sets that they made over the past couple of seasons. They basically because the past 3 seasons they slowly released new sets for every class, and this season the reward for the seasonal journey is the new set for every class. So it's been a fun change.
There you go. Would you say if people have it and haven't played in a while, it's definitely worth getting back into with the changes they've been making with the seasons and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely. I like I basically pick it up for like the first 2 or 3 weeks every season. That usually gets my fix because it's not. I mean, it's still the same game, right? It's still a grindy. It's not a looter shooter, but you get the idea.
Right.
Like the whole premise of the game is pretty much the same, but the way you get to the end point is changing every season. So that's what makes it fun for me. And I've always been like that. Like the leveling process for me is the fun process. Like that's why I've put so much time into Final Fantasy 11. All the MMOs I used to play, like I always leveled up every character.
Joe likes
It's
to
just
grind.
how I am. I am. Yeah, I'm a grinder for sure.
There you go. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, games.
Don't ever lose your disc in front of Joe. It's a bad time. He'll help you find it.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm really looking forward to the podcast games that are coming up, though.
Yeah, we have a nice list, which we will not.
Yeah, we got a couple of good ones coming up.
Yeah, not going to divulge anything right off the bat until the very end for what's coming up next, but I'm looking forward to what we have on the docket.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, myself with games, because it's pretty much been mainly podcast stuff, and I've been doing. I haven't really found a lot of extra time to play the games. Of course, my fix Rocket League made it back up into Diamond for the current season, which I think that's about to end anyway, and then I just get stuck because the people are just I can barely make my way
That's
into
what
it.
cars turns into planes.
Yes. Yeah, it literally does. It's like I'm like a little guy in one of those like new jetpacks that's trying to still figure it out where I can be in the air a little
Sputtering
bit.
around.
Yeah, I can do some things, but then when it's like compared to everybody else, it's not great. Yeah, and then I did boot up Not a Hero, which PlayStation Network game. I played that like hardcore for a good bit. It's kind of like a run and gun, but you have different characters and different abilities for each one. But that's something that kind of like really calls to me. So I just did that for a little bit. I actually did play some Fall Guys last week.
Nice.
Yeah, I know it's been a little bit, and then I'm loading up some of the maps, and I'm like, I haven't seen this one yet.
They're on season 3 now, right?
I think they're
I
about
think they
to.
started a new season for the holidays. I think.
Yeah, well, they had one for their season 2 was like their Halloween, and that still was going on like a week or so ago.
Okay.
But I think they're gearing up for season 3, which I still enjoy that game. If it's like I got like a 20, 30 minutes to kill and I don't feel like thinking too much about playing a game.
Yeah, it's definitely an easy pick up and put down game.
Yeah, exactly. I still have not actually won a crown yet, but I still have fun playing it, It's like I'm not going to complain. We had a little bit of a run there where we would all play together and then kind of like branched off into different things. Now I'm sad.
I
But
fell off that game, like no pun intended, but like I fell off of that game pretty quick. Um, it's fun. I'm glad I got it for free. Because I don't know that I would have been happy with that purchase long term. I'd like to like get on every once in a while and like play a game or two, but other than that, I just it's not a game that I can sit there and just play for hours and hours.
yeah, I mean that's pretty much the way I look at it. It's if I get, half hour of enjoyment, like a couple, matches out of it, then I'm good there. That's okay. I usually just put that on after I had a really bad match on Rocket League just to not feel as bad. So it's a little bit of a counterbalance for me there. But I mean that's pretty much it on the gaming aspect. I mean it's yeah, the podcast has been ruling the life right now, and with at least a couple of the ones coming up, there's going to be a lot more time sunk into stuff for the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, for games, I mean, it's been mostly Demon Souls and Watchdog Legion. I haven't really dove into Spider-Man yet. That's also like one of the games that people are saying can cause some issues with the PS5s. Mostly like rest mode specifically, like
Is
putting
that
that game
where
into rest mode.
I've seen some of the videos where like your character, instead of being like the Spider-Man character, it just picks up like a dumpster or a
Yeah,
trash can or something
I've seen a
else.
bunch of
Puddle.
those. Yeah, I saw the puddle one.
That's great. And it's like, oh, great. I can really play the way I feel about myself. I'm just a dumpster swinging through the
Just a
buildings.
pile of webs on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't booted that yet. I have it installed. I just haven't. Watch Dogs is really fucking good. That's like a secret
That's
game
surprising.
that I play. What's that?
So that's surprising.
Why is that surprising, dude? All like
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft makes some good games. They really do. There's a certain quality to an attention to detail that I really like in Watch Dogs, especially since it's like, all the hacking and cyber terrorism and anti-cyber terrorism and stuff like that. Like, I work in that field, so it's interesting to see, are they doing it right? Or is someone, I'm hacking the mainframe? Like, that shit doesn't happen. Like, they actually kind of do their due diligence when it comes to trying to make that an somewhat authentic experience.
You mean the movie Hackers wasn't completely realistic, where it's just I'm hacking into the mainframe. I bypassed the first wall. We're in.
No, and I hate to
It's like
break
the
it.
hacking in fucking Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's one of those things where like they decided to make a game about hacking, so they actually use like the correct terminology, and like they're not like, oh, I'm hacking the mainframe. They're like, oh, I'm trying to like pass this malware through a firewall in this server so that I can get the malware to, open a bunch of ports in the firewall so that I can gain access, which is like actually how hackers do things.
Since you're talking about PS5, I just got to throw it out there. I am fucking excited. I just found out that there's going to be a remake of Metal Gear Solid for PS5.
Dude.
Pumped.
So fucking pumped.
Because it's such a great game. Obviously, you can go back, listen to the episode. If I give it, I may have been critical on it, but no, fuck that. Favorite game of all time. And then to actually bring in, I'm hoping, more of like the more recent for like where you can do like first person mode and whatnot. I want that all day long, all year long, all decade. Give me it.
Supposedly they're using some of the Phantom Pain engine on it and redoing the groundwork, which I will say this, it's the same company that did Demon Souls, and Demon Souls, the remake of it, plays like Dark Souls 3, which I absolutely love, with the skin of Demon Souls, which is something I haven't experienced, so it's new and fresh, but there's a familiar feeling when
Yeah.
I'm playing the game. And something, items and stuff, that's all different. But the base, like, fat rolling, skinny rolling, moderate rolling, stuff like that, like, and like the invincible frames and things like that, all that stuff is there.
I want that.
Yeah, so, more power to them. I really, really am looking forward to that. And especially some of the rumors are that it's done and they're literally just going to launch it to try to fuck with Microsoft's Halo launch.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I mean, that would be a hell of a contender to really throw out there to be like, hey, Xbox, fuck you. Look at this. I mean, there's a good cult following behind some Metal Gear Solid, and especially, it's that was like my first big boy game I ever played, and
Sure.
there's so many other people who shared the same thing, or at least like look at this fucking game. I mean, it was. I got to stop there. I'm gushing a little bit to steal a term.
Yeah, I mean, I could sit here and rehash everything that's like amazing about Metal Gear, but like you should just listen to our review of it. We get into Steve and I specifically get into how much we love that fucking game. Also, I believe Ralph was in on that one as well.
Oh no,
Harry didn't like it.
no, that wasn't really Harry's cup of tea there. Ralph did, and I remember his comments about my Sniper Wolf posters all over my room. How dare
Yep.
he? I mean, he's not wrong, but still, get out of here. Oh well, it's holiday season, boys. What's everybody got on their agenda? What's on your Christmas list for this year? What do you want other than world peace? Because that's a long time.
I'm gonna water cool my PC.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Your new one?
Yeah. So
Okay.
everything I'm getting is upgradable anyway because it's the same socket and everything like that. So, but
Well,
yeah,
sock it to me, Joe. Tell me more.
so I'm pretty much water cooling my PC and then that I have now. And then I'm gonna be whenever the freaking graphics cards are actually purchasable and not being scalped like a motherfucker. Upgrading my graphics card and processor along with it. Basically, the computer I built last year that I'm using now, I'm gonna hand to my wife because she's due for an upgrade. She PC games pretty much just as much as I do, and I haven't upgraded her computer since 2012, 13, something like that.
Oh yeah, that's time.
So she's way overdue. I mean, she's got a solid state drive, but outside of that, not great. So yeah, I'm excited to do that. That'll be my first time water cooling.
That should be interesting. Be careful.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it.
There you go. I mean, you're pretty tech savvy when it comes to it. So if there's really anybody, I'd be like, he's got it. But I got to come check that out once you get that up and running.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely want to see the innards of that. Be very curious. I know you've been like sending me pictures and like all this stuff. I know you're super excited. I'm very excited for you.
Yeah. I'm gonna I'm doing like a white and black theme.
Oh,
for
cool.
the PC.
Here's the kicker.
Because like with water cooling, like you don't have to deal with as many fans and stuff like that. You have to like put fans on your radiators, but they're not like high spinning fans. There's no fans on your graphics cards or anything like that if you water cool that. So I'm doing it with like a Steamboat Willie, like original Mickey Mouse theme.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Do you have the Lego set that you sent me?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna like put like Lego minifigs and stuff like that inside the PC.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking awesome.
I'm so fucking excited to see this.
So pretty excited about that. Outside of that, it's just like disc golf stuff.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Yeah.
I think that's literally the only things I'm asking for. It's like the in-laws were like, "Well, what did we get Steve?" I'm like, "Hey, this basket that I've been looking at, which Clark has, and I'm like, that could really help my putting game. It's like we can do this." And then my wife was asking me, "Well, what do you want?" I'm like, "Maybe some discs and such." That's pretty much it, because I'm not asking for like too much. I mean, for the fact this year that I was able to build the new PC and then got a new monitor to go with it and a new chair and everything. I'm like, you know what? It's the money spent on me for this year is like done. It's like I would feel wrong just asking for anything else. So a couple of these little doodads here and there, maybe
Mm-hmm.
my own like disc retriever, because there's one you can throw in like the water and kind of like reel back a little bit. It's like I'd be okay with that. It's don't really have much, and it's going to be a quiet Christmas this year. We'll get the house decorated. I'm probably going to try to throw the lights up on the house this week. And
Oh
then
wow.
yeah, what?
I did my lights on Thanksgiving Day
Oh,
because I
did
was
you?
like, oh, it's fucking nice out. I was like, it's like 2 days until December already. Like,
You know what? That would have been the good one. It was unreasonably warm on Thanksgiving Day, and
yeah.
we spent it at home, and we just cleaned it, like we deep cleaned the house. That was our Thanksgiving, and then uh, her dad dropped off some Thanksgiving leftovers from the family get-togethers, so we still had some Thanksgiving food. But yeah, that probably would have been a smart thing to do. But it's all right. I got a new Carhartt jacket from my mom for Christmas early, so I'll be nice and toasty for when I have to get out there.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, but we still have some fall/Halloween decorations up, so it's time for the change.
Dude, I have my tree up. You've probably caught that I have a son, so he's super into Christmas, and not just like the actual like present getting. He just loves lights and all that stuff. So my house is fully decorated already. We did all of that over the Thanksgiving break, and it, honestly, just seeing him light up is like probably like the best feeling, because he just anything that he wants to do right now is centered around, can we go look at Christmas lights and can we sing Christmas carols while we do it? And like
That's
it doesn't
adorable
it's super adorable.
and
And
free, which is great.
yes, yeah, and like it's really really cool just to kind of see how expressive he gets about all of that stuff. He just absolutely loves it. Like, I fucking sing Christmas carols to him to put him to bed. So and it's just the time of season. So
It's the holiday season.
yep.
So boop doo doo and bip bip bop. Don't forget to hang up your sock.
Because it's full of jizz.
Oh God!
Oh God.
Oh, Santa Claus left my sock all crusty again. Oh, there we go.
So I call them crusty claws.
Oh my God! Again, a weird family tradition there, but whatever works, man.
Krusty Claus sounds like a weird donut.
You know what? Trademark
It's the same
copyright
thing
that.
as a bear claw.
Could be. I'll figure out something for that. For the holiday season, I've learned to make cookies, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because
Those cookies are pretty good, by the way.
yeah,
We finally let Steve use the oven.
I know. Well, I could always cook before I
He
could.
kept burning his face off on the air fryer.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right. That's pretty accurate. It's not too far off. I mean, I'm not a bad cook. I was just never a baker. And then, my wife makes cookies for friends and family and just, sells them and whatnot. And she needs a little extra help. So it's like, oh, here's how you make dough and here's how you bake them. And that was a daunting task. But you know what? You learn something new and you keep progressing in life. It's never too late. 33, I can bake a fucking cookie now.
I don't think it's a daunting task. I think it's just that she sets a really high bar.
Oh, she does.
Oh yeah, she sells cookies, so like it's like you have a benchmark there to work towards.
Oh yeah.
Also, I do need to correct you though, and like the three of us used to bake all the time in high school.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, remember that time we made brownies but we didn't have eggs?
oh my god.
That was a terrible time. Don't do that, kids.
Yeah, don't do
have
that.
Eggs, don't try it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's follow the recipe. You can add a little bit something if you want, but it's those eggs are important if you want anything to actually bake correctly.
Make sure everything's nice and smooth as well.
Yeah,
That's very important.
yeah, that too. That too.
Yeah.
All right, do we want to wrap it up there? Has anyone got anything else?
No, I think that's about it on my end.
Joe, you got anything else to share?
I do not.
All right, yeah, I don't really either. So
All right, stick around. 2 weeks from now, you're going to get yourself some Cuphead. We are tackling that.
Yeah, we're doing it, guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing the damn thing.
Yep. Yeah.
We're gonna be singing all the show tunes and snapping all the fingers.
Yes. All of them. If it's not just with the tunes, it's trying to button mash everything else, and that will snap fingers as well.
Yes. For sure.
Oy.
So, all right. Well, yeah. Join us in 2 weeks for Cuphead, and until then, stay lovely.
Love you guys.
Stay safe.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us on social media and all streaming platforms at Superfun Podcast for more episodes. If you enjoyed the show, tell a friend about us and consider becoming a Patreon member for more exclusive content.